My name is Nitin.
Hi everyone, this is Anisha, and we live in Sydney, and we both are into operations. We're confused on whether to buy a property for ourselves or buy investment property, and that's when, after a couple of months of struggling on what to do with this, we did have a chat with our friend who used Investor's Dream earlier with one of his investment property and had a huge success rate. When we were positive about approaching Investor's Dream and talking to Sanjeev, I think that's when we made up our mind that yes, I think Sanjeev is the person where we can trust our money. We made up our mind that yes, we are going ahead with the investment property. We had like zero knowledge on the market or how investment worked. And that's when Sanjeev from Investors Dream guided us, educated us basically, like how you educate a toddler, right? Like teaching A to Z. That's how Sanjeev educated us with the market and the investment property on how it works. He actually held our hands and guided us towards it.
As Anisha was saying, we were very confused. But then after talking to Sanjeev about how the whole scenario works, how the whole thing works, that's when it was a lot more easier for us to decide the money what we are actually putting in is worth it, because we were looking at the future capital growth equity, which Sanjeev actually gave us a breakdown of everything, where it gave us more confidence to go ahead and invest.
I would say that going for Investors Dream with and Sanjeev as a buyer's agent was the best decision ever made by us. When we initially started looking for investment property and we had like zero knowledge on how everything works, Sanjeev guided us. And I wouldn't say only guided us, like literally he educated us. And in future, I think not only this year, but he has given us a long-term plan. Like, he has made us a good investors now. Like, he has educated us that well. And I think we have a good 5 to 10 year plan on what we want to do with our money in future. The entire process was made very easy for us. In a nutshell, I would say the end-to-end process. It's not just buying a house, right? There comes a lot of things after buying a house. And being first-time investors, we wouldn't have a knowledge on what needs to be done. But Sanjay made it way more easier for us. It's like a friend. Like, it's not, he's very professional, but he is like a friend. Even after buying a property, if you do have any issues, slight issues or anything, he just used to jump into the issue and he used to like educate more about that issue for us. So literally we had a friend from start to end. Not only after closing the deal with the sellers, he still guided us with lots of things. I think that's what we need from a good buyer's agent, not just just buy a property and there you go, my job is done. But literally after selling, after settlement, there comes a lot of confusion with the first time investors, right? I think Sanjeev guided us well with that.
Definitely, I would recommend Investors Dream as your buyer's agent. As we guys were mentioning earlier, the process is a lot more easier than what anyone can imagine. Then the major thing is Anisha and myself, we didn't have enough time because we have a 2-year-old son as well. So that's when we decided we will go through Sanjeev, and I've also spoken to some of my friends. I've recommended Sanjeev already to some of my friends, saying that if you go through this Investor's Dream, you won't regret. Every penny of your money is actually worth investing here. So definitely I would suggest to my friends and family.
And I think there's something to add on. It's not always about money, right? It's more than that. So when you deal with a person, and it's all about money you're dealing with, right? You need a lot of trust on that person. And I think dealing with Investors Dream is all about it. The entire process was so easy. It's dealing with Sanjeev, basically the most sincere professional you'll ever come across. His integrity and dedication to what he does is like really good. And I think you can just close your eyes and blindly trust on Investors Dream.